All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a brief overview of what bobtail coverage is. So if you guys have your own authority, that is when you're gonna have auto liability and cargo insurance. So auto liability is gonna be protecting the truck while it's on the road, but this coverage is going to follow the DOT. So if you ever have anybody you're leased on to tell you guys they need to provide cargo or auto liability, don't listen to them. They're incorrect. For one, there won't be coverage because it follows their DOT, and same goes for cargo as well. But what you guys will need is NTL or non-trucking liability. Most truckers know it as bobtail coverage, and PD, which is physical damage, which is also known as like not a real thing but full coverage, quote unquote. So what NTL or bobtail coverage is that's going to cover you when you're not driving, which would be the auto liability, for or on the bill of lading, or you're hauling a load or anything on those lines. This is going to be your bobtail, your deadhead, you're done hauling, heading back to the shop, whatever the heck you guys are doing. That's when it's going to be covering, or that's what bobtail's going to be covering. Physical damage is actually going to be a higher premium most of the time, depends on the value of the truck. But this is no different of a coverage than what you're going to see like on your auto insurance. It's comp and collision. So PD, quote unquote, full coverage is going to be covering comprehensive, which is going to be anything besides an accident. You guys hit a deer, you guys have hail damage, fire theft, wind hail, all that type of stuff. Any natural event is going to be covered under comprehensive coverage. Collision, it's going to be an accident. You guys are done hauling, heading back home, you get in an accident, collision is going to pick up this coverage. This is an accident that you are at fault for. If you're not at fault, you might have comprehensive or collision pick up, but the other person is supposed to pay for that accident. So those are the coverages explained. You really shouldn't need anything else there, but or just get started up. Now, talking about rates and what this stuff costs or premium. So I've quoted a lot of bobtail policies and a lot of physical damage policies. The NTL or the bobtail policy itself, Progressive is going to give a different rate based on, your driving experience. It's going to vary quite a bit there. I usually see $800-900 for just the liability of the bobtail portion of it itself. Now, there are companies out there and some we work with that are going to have a set rate, and for example, Dynamic Specialty. They're going to come in at $450 for your guys' NTL coverage, your bobtail coverage, set pretty much as long as you meet their guidelines, which is 1 year CDL experience. You can't have any major violations, you can't have anything too crazy, no more than one at fault accident. You guys can get bobtail coverage for $450 a year. Now, the one that's going to vary a lot more, and a lot of truckers don't know about this, is your physical damage coverage. Your physical damage is always going to vary pretty much based on the truck value, which some agents are going to call it TIV, which is total insured value. And you might get a different rate with Progressive pretty much every different time. I've seen 16% rates, I've seen 1. And I'm going to walk you guys through what that means. So let's say you just got your truck, getting ready to go, you're leased onto somebody, and this could actually even apply to you if you have your authority, physical damage coverage. But let's say you got your truck, you get a $100,000 truck, you're getting an 11% rate. You get 11% rate, that means your annual premium is going to be $11,000. Now, that's going to vary pretty wildly with Progressive. Again, I've seen it 16%. I've seen it 1.5% on guys who are squeaky clean, been in business forever. But starting off anywhere from 16 to like 6%. Again, Dynamic Specialty, I love them because it's set rate. You guys call me for a quote, I know exactly what price is going to be. It's going to be $450 for your NTL. You're going to be a 4.5% rate for your physical damage, which means, $100,000 in truck and trailer value or truck value, whatever you got, you're going to be $4,500. And this really doesn't adjust a whole lot too. What the deductible keeps it actually pretty simple. So if you go $2,500 deductible, you might be looking at a 4.25% rate. But that's how premiums work. Progressive, a lot of these other companies like that, it's going to vary quite heavily. You have some companies out there where it's a set rate, keeps it easy so that way when you're getting started up, you know exactly what your premium is going to be. But this will walk through the coverages and prices. So don't let everybody tell you need this. Yeah, that's Bobtail coverage.